I don't even know how to start all of this. I feel like I will faint. I am married for my wife 9 years, together 11. We are both from Europe, but not from the same country and currently live in Asia. We live in Asia last 10 years, but in this country we are living last 8. We have 3 kids. My wife is not working since our first son was born. I have permanent residence of the country where we live, and she and my kids are allowed by the law to stay with me, even though they are not citizens, and she is not working. Marriage is in my eyes pretty good. We had some fights in these 9 years, but nothing special. I work 5 days per week from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. She never told me she feels lonely, or not loved, or bored. She has her routine. Oldest son goes in the school, younger son in the preschool, and my daughter goes in the kindergarten. She drives them every day to school and picks them after, makes lunch, and waits me. We would go on vacations, trips, holidays, dates every weekend. I have never ever thought she is doing something behind my back. We also have open phone policy, but I don't remember when I checked her phone before all of this. I don't think I've used it 5 times in my life. This Wednesday I came in our house and parked the car outside. I don't think she heard me, but I heard her talking with someone how she misses that person and can't wait to see it this week. I don't know did she hear me or saw my car, but literally 5 seconds after she said that she hanged up the call. I asked her who was that, and she said it's one of her friends who is currently on the trip. To be fair, I didn't suspect it was AP. I know, I am an idiot, but I couldn't imagine that. Also, that friend was really on the trip, which I know. But the things were off. She was trying that day too much. She was always nice and was in a good mood, but that day everything was a little bit too much. I had really weird feeling, but I said I will wait next day, and I am probably making things in my head. I came at work in the Thursday and was just asking myself, am I paranoid or what? It bothered me, why did she end the call immediately when I was in the house if that was her friend? During the day I called her and asked where is she? She said she is in the house, but I heard noises around her. I seriously thought she is cheating on me. I left the work and jumped in the car and went to my house. It's about 30 minutes drive. When I came she was not there. I called her again and wanted to ask her again where is she, but didn't want to look suspicious, so I asked her can she look some things in the house. And while she was on the call she was saying she is checking those things. I knew then that she is cheating. I came home and she was lovely as always. Wanted to go out with me and kids later. I seriously don't know how I remained calm then and how I didn't kick her out immediately. And I pretended the rest of the day that I am just tired. Yesterday I told everything to my best friend. He was furious why am I waiting and that I should confront her right away. But I didn't have any evidence. I said I will look at her phone and laptop when she goes to sleep. I came home. She behaves good. We even had sex. I think if I stay under the shower 10 months it will not be enough. I wasn't in the mood and she asked me is everything okay, and I said it's just too much stress at work. She hugged me and went asleep saying everything is okay. During the night I checked her phone. I don't know was she that stupid or so sure I won't see messages, but she didn't delete anything. They were hidden, but not deleted. I had about 30-40 minutes to look because she woke up. AP is some kid. I mean, technically not kid, but he is younger than me. I would say 23 to 27. I checked his IG and he is apparently some fuckboy. He follows 80% girls. Tattoos, jewelry, muscles, and he is white. So he is not local guy. To be honest, he is attractive. I can't lie. Attractive enough for her to ruin marriage and family. By his name I would say he is from Europe also, but I'm not sure. He seems to be in a lot of cash. I don't know is he some daddy's boy or what, but I can see he has 2 supercars, travels the world and posts pictures from going on the parties weekly. They were physical at least 4-5 times. She sent him so much nudes almost all during the morning when she is alone and without kids near her. It seems this is going on for about a month. I have no idea how did they meet. She was going out last month, sometimes as she would say on girls' nights, and I never checked her. Probably then somewhere. She was initiating meetings and conversations almost every time. He either don't like her enough or acts like he doesn't care, so I think she feels that and tries a lot. They had sex 2 times during the evening when she told me she is with her friend and rest of the times in the morning at his place. When I was in the house 2 days before she wasn't with him but wanted to be, but he said he is busy and she was already in the city. I said to myself I will not say anything to her. We woke up today. I wasn't working. She wanted to spend time with me, but I was in my home office most of the day thinking how TF can this happen to me. I went tonight out on the dinner with my best friend and showed him everything. To be honest, I have no idea what to do right now. I will definitely divorce her. OFC, I will contact lawyer tomorrow. Now it is late night here, even though it's Sunday. My biggest problem is that we live in the foreign country, on the different continent. I have feeling if we divorce, she will go back in her country with kids. I can't allow that. House. Both cars are all in my name and paid by me. We have in the joint account significant amount. I have my own bank account where I have savings. She doesn't have her own account. I also have one house and one property in my country that my grandparents gave me during our marriage. It's in my name. Now what to do? I can't stand near her anymore. I want to confront her. Do I confront or talk with AP? Maybe he has GF or wife. Doubt it. Do I kick her out of house or do I leave? Obviously, if we don't have kids, everything would be easier, but I love my kids more than anything, and I will fight for them staying here. I will also make DNA test, even though I am pretty sure they are mine, but you never know. Good Lord, I can't believe what I am writing. Anyway, any advice is more than welcomed. I only said this to my best friend. I am too embarrassed to say this to anyone else. I plan to confront her today, Sunday. Thank you. Update. Hi everyone. A lot of you asked me for the update. There are some very good and some not very good news. First of all, I want to clarify some things. I received many messages and comments about this. Me and my wife are both from Europe, not from the same country. We are 11 years together, 9 years married. We met in my country. Then after a year of relationship, I received the job offer in Asia. She went with me. But since we weren't married, she couldn't get proper visa. She didn't work at that time. She was flying out and flying back in the country, and she was on tourist visa. About a year after we moved in Asia, we married there. And then year after she married me, we moved in another country in Asia where we live last 8 years. So, 10 years in total in Asia, lived first 2 in one country where we had wedding. Last 8 years in a country where we are currently now. A lot of you asked me where exactly AP lives. I'm not sure if AP lives here whole year or not, but I think he does. It's a huge city, and there are a lot of foreigners here, and his apartment is in a downtown area where there are a lot of foreigners. Also, a lot of you asked me to give her another chance and go on the MC because of kids. I respect your opinions, and everyone is different. Someone can forgive 10 years affair. Someone can't forgive innocent texting with unknown man. I don't forgive something like this. I don't know what needs to happen for me to consider our with her. If I was bad husband, if I didn't take care of her, if our sex life was dead, if she ever told me she is not happy, I would at least understand why she did that. But it is quite opposite. Sex life 4-5 times per week. She is always smiling and literally since I know her says she is happy. We always spend time together. She never avoids me or becomes angry at me. So yeah, my answer is a no. Only if my kids beg me and suffer so much I might live with her for some time, but I will never ever touch her again. I called the lawyer here today. Told him I really want to meet him, and I can pay more since it's a Sunday and I assume it's his free time. Lawyer was really nice on the phone, and we met after the lunch. I showed him and explained him everything. The news are this. All the assets I have here are completely mine. She doesn't have any rights on that currently. She is on spousal/family visa here, doesn't work, not a citizen, while I have permanent residency. Since everything have been paid by me, and everything is on my name, I am the owner of everything. All the money in the bank is mine. He advised me to take all the money from the joint account and transfer it to other bank account where she doesn't have access. Joint account is on my name, but she has credit/debit cards and uses it daily for everything for the house/kids/her. So technically, she doesn't have any right on that money. Cars are same story because they are all in my name and paid by me with clear evidences that I paid for it. The bad news are about the most important thing, kids, since, I repeat again, she is on the spousal visa. If we divorce, she can't stay here anymore. She needs to find the job or be on tourist visa. She can't use tourist visas forever, and sooner or later someone at the immigration will stop her and deny her the entry. My kids can stay with me on the family visa. Things become very tough right here about divorce. Basically 4 countries are involved. 2 home countries, country where we married each other, and the country where we are now. If we divorce in Asia, there are big chances I will be the primary custody parent. At worst, we will share the custody. But if we divorce in Europe, I am basically fucked. And most likely, I will have to return if I want to be near my kids. He also told me about the idea that I offer her some assets or money to make a deal that kids stay in the Asia with me, but I doubt she would accept that. If I kick her out of the house and police gets involved, I won't have problems. Since OFC, I have proofs I am the father. Even if police gets involved, kids will stay at my house. Passports are on safe, and she doesn't know where I hid them. Lawyer told me to make DNA tests for the kids and to not leave the house so my wife can stay with them. I will do DNA tests tomorrow. In the meantime, he will start making everything about the divorce. After we get results from the DNA tests, she will be served. All in all, very tough and complex situation, but I will fight. I talked also with the lawyer from my home country. He told me if my wife somehow takes kids from me and goes back into Europe, while we are still not divorced, I need to file the report on the police immediately in country where we live, and more importantly in my home country. Since both of our home countries are in the European Union, laws are very similar. If she does that, police will be at her door very soon. So that's good. I didn't confront her. She was actually mad at me most of the day because I went out to meet the lawyer and I spent time in my home office, and according to her, this is the day for us. I seriously don't know how I contain myself to not tell her anything. She is last 2 days at home. Probably she waits tomorrow to call the AP. She behaves good. Before an hour, she apologized me for her being angry at me today and tried to kiss me. I am trying everything to avoid her as much as possible. I will go in the bed when she already sleeps, hopefully. Tomorrow I will make DNA tests for all the kids. Lawyer told me he will call me with all details for the best options for the divorce. I will ask for some free days at work, and after that I will confront her and AP. Lawyer told me to record everything he says. Thank you so much for your messages and comments. Your advice has helped me a lot. Thank you once again. Update 2. First of all, I want to say something. I am reading all of your comments, or most of them. What some of you can write is just pure craziness. Stop putting your own words and stories in my mouth. I have never ever said I want to see my wife out of the country where we live right now. If there is one person in the world that wants her to stay here, that's me then. Because that means my kids are staying. I will offer her the best deal that will allow her to stay here, but that deal includes divorce. If she rejects it, then we will fight for the custody. I am not the one who should fight for her future. I didn't do shit to her. According some of you, I should go back into Europe, in her country. I've been there 4 times in my life. I have to leave everything I have built in Asia so I could see my kids 3 days per week while I didn't do anything. She did. She cheated on me and I should destroy everything I have so she could be in the nice spot? Because I am the father and she is cheating mother? Or even better, I should not divorce her so she can stay here because she was cheating and doesn't know how to keep her legs closed, and I need to suffer and never meet anyone else in my life. Brilliant logic. Maybe she can find the job here and stay in the country legally and with the kids that have everything? Huh, that's also not okay. Poor her. She needs to work. Some of you said she gave up on her career because of me and kids. Again, you are making stories without knowing anything. She didn't give up on anything. I was the one telling her if she wants to work. She finished only high school. She can, and I will hire the nanny. But she didn't want it because she probably needed time for her AP. I'm not forcing her out of country. Immigration will force her if we divorce and she doesn't have the job. That's normal in every country. I am not above the law. She can find the job and stay with the kids because the best for kids is to stay here. She should do everything to be near kids. At the end, I love our kids more than she does because I didn't ruin our family. She did. Not to mention my kids don't know anyone in her country except her family, don't speak her language and have friends, and go in school/kindergarten here. Well, if you ever experience something like this in your life, you can use your logic. I will stick with mine. So to conclude this rant, I will offer her the deal with the kids staying here. She stays here, but not with me. If she rejects it, we go on the court, and we will see what the judge will say. I also never said if we divorce, she will not get anything. She will, but not as much as she would get in the Europe, and I honestly don't care if I lose money, house, or whatever if my kids stay here. I could transfer ownership of my house on my brother, cars, Send all the money as a gift/loan to him or to my parents like my lawyer told me to do if I want to keep everything after the divorce because at this moment she is not entitled at anything before the divorce since she doesn't even have residency status here let alone citizenship and everything is in my name. So I can do that before I file for the divorce and she will get huge nothing here. But I am not doing that. I will earn that money back in few years max, but my kids are forever. Now, news and long update. Yesterday, I had long talks with my lawyer. He will make everything so we can divorce here where we live. It will be a tough process, but we are ready. He also gave me the contact of the lawyer in the country where we married each other. That lawyer told me according to everything I told him I am in great position. So I am literally building two cases if I need. I need to divorce in Asia, not in Europe. If I divorce in the country where we live, or where we married each other, there are huge chances kids will stay with me. EU courts has zero rights or jurisdiction here, so if she ever thinks to send kids in the Europe with her, she can only dream. The court, according to my lawyers, would keep kids here because 2 of 3 my kids are already in the school. Spent whole life here. I am working. She doesn't. I have house, financial power for their good life and residency status. My wife could ask for the appeal in her own country where she would have bigger chances, but that process could go for years, and I can delay it also in the multiple ways, and my kids would not be allowed to leave the country where we are without me allowing that, so that's great. I sent all the details about house, cars, and bank accounts to my lawyer, and he is building the case. Also, I agreed with him that we make a deal for her. She can keep the house and car, but I will be the primary custody parent. Or I keep the house and I will pay for the place where she can live, and we share the custody. Anything other I don't accept. When I came back home from the work, she was waiting me with the kids. Again, she looked good. We went out as a family during the evening. I had great time with the kids. I couldn't stand her. When we came home, she tried to initiate sex, but I politely refused. She was laughing while talking about some nice moments in our past most of the night in bed, so I had to ask myself, is she completely out of her mind? Today, she drove our kids in the school and kindergarten before I left the house. I took all the papers I needed, suit, some clothes, and left. I decided yesterday that I will not confront her directly because of the kids. They are always near us, and I don't want them to have trauma because of this. While I was at work, she was texting me about plans for us tonight. I was acting like everything is fine because I thought she might come at my work if I confront her already, and that would make me huge problems at my work. When she texted me at 3 p.m. that kids are home and that they are all eating, I knew that's the moment. I finished the job shortly after. I left her some money on the joint, mine, but she has access account and took everything else to my other bank account. I sent her the text at 4:05 p.m. The funniest thing, with all the evidence I have, I still can't believe this is the reality. 11 years. I want to tell you so many things right now, but I am so disgusted by you that I just want this to end as soon as possible. You made your choice. Now I am making mine. You can stay tonight. Tomorrow, after kids leave for the school, I want you to see out of my house. Don't try to do something stupid with the kids. You will just have bigger problems. I am ready for every scenario. My lawyers are ready. Be normal, and we can end this in the most normal way. Everything else will just put you in the worst position possible. At the end, I can't say I want you all the best, but if your best is away from me, then I want you all the best. Don't call me, and I repeat, don't do something stupid because I will not tolerate that. My lawyer will contact you about the kids immediately when you leave my house. You can meet and be with them every day, but you are not allowed to enter my property after everything you did. P.S. You look good in those nudes pictures you sent to AP. She was online when I sent her the message but didn't respond or call for the next 20 minutes. I wish I could see her face during those 20 minutes. During those 20 minutes, I called the AP. He rejected the call and sent the message asking who is that. I called again and he answered. I told him that I will not do anything to him. I just want normal talk, and if he has any human decency, he will meet with me wherever and whenever he wants. Whole day I thought he will reject the possible meeting, but he apologized to me and asked me where I am. I explained him. He told me where he is, and we decided to meet at 5:30 p.m. in one bar near his flat. When my wife started to call me, I put the phone in airplane mode. AP was waiting for me. I saw that he is looking at me from 10 m distance at least. I was audio recording the meeting. OFC, he knew how I look. I mean, My wife has pictures with me on her IG and us as a profile picture on WhatsApp and Line. What a lovely wife. He immediately asked me can he say everything, and after that I can ask him whatever I want. I told him he can, but after he says everything about him. He is 26 years old. He is from one country in Europe as I assumed. He doesn't have any GF or wife. No kids. He lives here whole year and just enjoys his life. He looks good. He is attractive young guy and seems like someone who only wants to bang girls. Then he started to talk how he met my wife. They were in one restaurant/club in the early August. He was with friends. She was with friends. I knew about this because she asked me can she go out with her friends. After some time, they all started to sit together. They talked a little bit. He told his IG when some of wife's friend asked. He says she wasn't flirty that day. He saw her ring and assumed she is married and didn't want anything. He showed me messages with her from other apps that I didn't know/see. She started little talk, and after that they talked more and more. She said she loves me, but that I have cheated on her. I've never looked, let alone touched other women since I met her, before a month, and that is her revenge. When I saw that I wanted to vomit. She was saying this before/after the first time they were physical. He told me they had sex 4 times, 1 round. Whenever they would meet, she would be nervous after the sex and would always say this is wrong, and she would leave shortly after. He was confused with her behavior and even texted her to not meet anymore. According to him, she cried last time and said this is over and that she did the worst mistakes in her life. She loves me, and even though I cheated on her, this is not okay. She wrote to him that she liked the attention and that he picked her even though she is 9 years older before some single friends of her, but that she doesn't have any emotional love for him, but she has for me. Lucky me. In the last Thursday, when I came in the house in the middle of the work to catch her and found the empty house and caught her lying to me, she called him to meet. This guy actually told me with the straight face that he wanted to have sex with her that day. I mean, he has balls. He was busy somewhere, and she was waiting for him in the lobby of the building where he lives. He thought she came because of sex, but according to him, she rejected him and told him they are done. She told him to not call her anymore and that she will never stop regret for everything what she did. She also asked him to not say a thing to anyone. He showed me messages after the meeting where she says almost the same because he was confused. So he asked her again, is she sure? She blocked him after that on everything and never called again. Probably she deleted all these messages because I didn't see those messages on her phone. Did she forget to delete those hidden messages I actually saw? I have no idea. I don't know, is he lying, but I don't think he does. He doesn't have any reason to defend her because he actually said a lot of bad things about her and gave me every evidence I needed. He showed me literally every message. He said about every disputing detail. He even told me one of my wife's friends knew about them. So he told me basically more than I wanted. While we were talking, my wife called him. He showed me and asked me do I want him to answer. I told him to not answer. She started to send him messages and voice messages. Some of the quoted messages are voice messages where she screamed like a lunatic. Her. Where is he? Why did you tell him? I hate. You destroyed my life. Where is he? Him. What are you talking about? Why are you attacking me when you lied to me and him? Her. How does he know? He left me. You destroyed me. I told you we are over. Why did you do this? Where is he? I am trying to find him. Him. I didn't tell him anything. I didn't do anything. You are married. Her. I made mistakes, but I don't love you. I love my husband. I don't love you. I never loved anyone except him. I did the worst mistake in my life. I never liked you except for fun. I wish I never met you. Him. I really don't care who you love, but why did you lie to me? Her. I didn't lie anything. I really love my husband and he left me now. I don't want to live. He left me. Him. I am not talking about that. You lied, he cheated on you, and that's why you are doing this. With how many guys have you been behind his back saying the same thing you told me? Her. With 0. You are the first and last, and I can't believe I did this. You told him and destroyed me because I don't want to have anything with you anymore. Him. I don't give a damn what you want or not. I didn't tell him anything. Answer my question. Her. You told him. You are a horrible human being. Him. Answer the question. Her. What question? Him. Why did you lie he cheated on you? Her. Because I am idiot and liked the attention and lost control and now I lost everything. How does he know about this if you didn't tell him? Him. I didn't say anything and I need to go. Her. How do you know I lied about him if you didn't talk? I know you told him everything. I hate you. You destroyed me. Him. Again. I didn't tell him anything, but I hope he will not forgive you. She blocked him after this. I was just looking at him for 2 minutes without saying anything. I was close to start crying. He was apologizing like crazy and said if he knew that she is happily married, he wouldn't do anything. He says I don't need to believe him, but that's the truth. He told me he doesn't want anything with her and never planned. Also, he sent me SS of all their messages immediately so I can have it during the divorce process. He asked me what I want to do with her and the marriage. I told him everything and he wished me and my kids best of luck and asked me if she calls him or send him any message do I want him to tell me. I said I want. He told me if I need anything I can call him. We even shake the hands. If someone told me before a week that I will DNA test my 3 kids and shake hands with my wife's lover, I would think I am high. But this is my life. At the end, it's not his fault. I didn't marry him. I sent the audio record of the meeting and SS of their messages to my lawyer. Talked with him a little bit. He told me with everything AP said and messages that he sent me, it should increase even more my chances during the divorce. Now, I am in the hotel. I didn't block my wife. She sent me billion messages and called me at least 100 times. Even my friends called me asking where I am because my wife told them we had huge fight and I left the house. In the morning when my kids leave for school/kindergarten, I will confront her eyes and eyes, and then in the afternoon I will DNA test kids. I took some free days from the work this week so I have time. That's it. I know some of you will tell me I should/shouldn't do this and that, but I am trying my best. It's much easier to give advices from the phone than actually living this shit and going through roller coaster of emotions. This is by far my worst period in my life, and I have been through some really shitty situations during my life. I don't know will I update, probably I will but in other sub or at my profile, but if I don't, just be smarter than I was. Thank you all and take care. Update 3. I will post here because I don't have time to deal with the trolls. Hey guys, a lot of you asked me for the update. I am really busy these days, but a lot of things have happened, so let me share because strangely enough I find writing about this very therapeutic. Okay, so my last update was when I was at hotel. During that night, my wife's best friend called me and said she will be near her with kids. Me and her have great relationship and she is in my eyes by far her best friend. She called me on Wednesday early in the morning that she is driving my kids for the school because my wife can't stop crying. I jumped in the car, picked my friend, witness, and we came to my house. Honestly, I can say it was much easier than I expected to kick her out. Yeah, it wasn't the fastest process, 2 hours. But at the end she left without police being involved. She cried, begged for forgiveness. She will explain me everything. She screamed, begged again, didn't listen to her friend, my lawyer. I even told her if she doesn't leave I will call the police and do everything in my power to deport her. Again, she didn't want to leave. She just wanted to talk with me. Then I just said to myself that I will lie to her. I told her to leave if she loves me so I can have space, and that I will call her today when I think a little bit about everything. I just wanted her to see out of my property. She left with some clothes shortly after. Since then she lives with her best friend. During the day I did most of the things I needed. Changed the locks at the house and at the gates of the property. Cut her off from everything that is on my name and she uses. I hired the babysitter Melody. In the Monday I talked with my coworker, female. She also has younger kids, and she recommended me Melody. Melody doesn't work for her anymore because my coworker's husband is now working from home, so they don't need her anymore. Melody is really nice. She is also from Asia, speaks great English and local language. She drives, cooks, cleans, CV is good, no criminal record. So I agreed that she works for me. I also tested my kids and myself for STDs. My kids asked me after the school where is my wife. I told them we will be separated for now. They had some questions. I told them if they want to talk or see her just let me know. Both of my sons said it's okay and that was that. They met Melody and they look normal around her. My wife called me whole day and again sent so many messages. Then in Thursday I had another chaos with her. I drove my kids to the school and my daughter to the kindergarten. I came back at home. I was doing some things on the PC. Melody was doing chores, and then I had a call from the school where both of my sons go. The principal called me and said my wife wanted to see my older son during the class and that security stopped her. She made the scene and said to her that she didn't see her kids for 2 days again. I jumped immediately in the car. I needed at least 30 minutes to come there. During those 30 minutes, the principal called me again and said she talked with my wife again and that she and psychologist in the school contacted Child Protective Service, CPS, because apparently that's the law where we live. It's not. Due to that in these situations. When I came in the school, my wife again wanted me to talk to her. Begged, cried, same all, same all. All of that in front of people from the school. They explained to me that my wife told them she didn't see kids for 2 days and is scared. Then one woman arrived from the CPS. She started to attack me immediately. How can I just steal kids from their mom? I was shocked. She was accusing me like I am some kind of drug dealer. To be honest, my wife did defend me in front of them. She said I didn't steal kids and I didn't forbid her anything, but she wanted to see them now because I kicked her out of the house. She just wants to come back in the house. Will do anything, blah, blah, blah. When she said that, that woman from the CPS and the principal attacked me again. They even suggested my wife to call the police because they assumed I kicked her out without anything and that I was aggressive. When I heard that, I had enough. I called the lawyer immediately. He was busy but told me he will come and to not speak with them. I was waiting for him and didn't say a word. My wife explained everyone what happened in our lives. She was more or less honest, and again she said she will do this and that. I need to forgive her. She loves me, blah, blah, blah. While she was saying that, literally everyone gave her support. I was just speechless. Then when she tried to hug me or kiss, I pushed her away, and this woman from the CPS said that I have clear signs of abuser. I was so close to say her a lot of things, but again I didn't say anything. My wife told her that's not true and that I have never ever raised voice, let alone hand on her, and it's her fault, but she loves me and can't live without me. Before my lawyer came, another woman from CPS arrived, and she was the same like the first one. I am the worst. I am horrible. My wife is sweet and innocent. Whatever. My lawyer came, and he was furious on them. He showed all the details about me, about my wife, mostly immigration details. He said she doesn't work, doesn't have a place to live, might be deported, and is mentally unstable, and is not the right person to be around my kids. He told them about some articles in the law that they can't do this, and that this is against the law. While he was speaking, my wife realized he is my divorce lawyer and started to attack him, how he can be so cruel and without heart. The principal told her and me to leave the office while they are talking inside. We were in the hallway. Again she cries, tries to talk with me. I was just looking at the security guy who was 100% laughing inside himself with what kind of lunatic I need to deal with. The principal left the office and went to bring my kids. My older son asked me what is going on. I just told him to answer what they ask him, and that's it. After maybe 3 minutes, the principal called us to come in the office. That first cow from the CPS said the kids said everything and that they have the most important details. I asked them what details, and she said both of my sons said they want to stay with me and that they enjoy with me. They repeated the same in front of me and wife. My wife for 100th time started to cry again. My older son even moved a little bit so she can't hug him. They left after that. These women from CPS said me and my wife need to make a deal for the kids. I said we will after I solve everything what I need. And then she gave me a paper and told me to sign. It was in the local language, so I needed a little bit time to read all of that, so my lawyer took that paper and told me to not sign. They wanted me to sign that so they have legal grounds to visit my home every week uninvited to see how I am doing with the kids. My lawyer attacked them that they are doing this for their bonuses and that they don't have any legal right to ask me to sign this and that they can call whoever they want. They said they will contact their supervisors and that police will probably contact me. I left immediately. No one contacted me still. My wife stormed after me and begged me again to talk. I just drove off. When my kids came home, I talked with them about everything what happened. They told me they heard my wife in the Tuesday when I sent her that message, how she cries and begs me to listen to her, so they know it's her fault. Smart little kids. I drove them on the football practice. My daughter was with Melody. She likes her a lot. My sons even helped Melody to clean after they ate, and they wouldn't do that with my wife, so I think deep down they know they need to behave as best as possible and help me during this time. Again, my wife calls me 24/7. I think she should be in the Guinness World Records for the most calls made and messages sent. Today it was much better day. Everything in the school was good. My daughter stayed at home because they have free day today. Melody is making her hair. They sing. They are a great duo for now. My wife's friend called me in the afternoon that my wife wants to see kids. I told her it's okay. They arrived and my wife immediately saw I changed the gates. My daughter was very happy to see her. Wife was crying when she saw her. She was waiting for my sons. And both of them told her they don't want to be with her now. I told them to talk a little bit with her because she was crying literally on the street, but they refused and went in their bedroom and later to play with their friends on the street. I told her to leave, and she begged me again to give her chance to tell me everything. I told her that she needs to wait to talk with me until I receive DNA tests. She put my daughter on the ground and just looked at me for 10 seconds completely frozen. Honestly, I thought at those moments kids are not mine. She was shocked and said kids are mine, and she can't believe I am saying this. I really think this was the moment when she finally realized what she did. She told me again kids are mine, and she jumped in the car. I talked a little bit with her friend. I could see my wife is crying like crazy. They left after that. My wife's friend brought my daughter back. She said my wife locked herself in the bedroom. She called her parents to confess everything, and she is in the state of shock that I've tested our kids. Kids are mine. She never looked at anyone during the marriage except AP. My wife told her friend that she can't believe what she did, and that she knows now she lost everything when I did the DNA tests because that's very extreme and she thinks I don't trust her anything. Her parents called me tonight. To say they are furious is understatement. Her mom begged me to not cut the contact between them and my kids. I said they can always call them and come here, but that I will not allow my kids to leave Asia before we divorce. She is fine with that and thanked me. Her father told me she is not welcome anymore in their home. They are disgusted she could do something like this, and he told her to not call them anymore. They are very conservative, 40 plus years in the marriage, so this was kinda expected. Her older brother told me the same. That he blocked her, and that he is disgusted that she is his sister. They all gave me full support and told me to inform them about everything. They FaceTimed a little bit with my kids and they had good time. That's about that. Hopefully weekend will be much easier. I am very tired, mentally but physically also. We go tomorrow to watch football game with my friend's family, and hopefully my wife will give me some peace. Since I told her about DNA tests, she didn't call me anymore, so that's at least something good. I am waiting for the DNA results. My younger son has 7th birthday in the next Saturday, so that will be also again one huge pain in the ass to be around my wife. But it is what it is. Thank you for your advices and nice words. Update, kids are mine. Hello, hello. Yes, I am the father. I mean, I knew 99% kids are mine, but you never know. At the end, I thought my wife is loyal woman, but she isn't. I can say I can breathe with the full lungs finally. Now everything is easier. When I received results today, I was so scared to read it. I needed to take 10 minutes before I actually saw the results. Damn, if someone told me this will be my life. But here we are. I started to work today again. Melody is taking care of everything. My friend and his wife are there to help her. She sent me pictures of my kids when she drove them from the school and when they were eating. She is really good and kids love her. Well, these last 5 days were really tough mentally, so let me start. Weekend. My wife didn't call me at all since I told her about DNA tests. She was still sending me messages, but didn't call. Her friend told me she looks like shit and behaves like she has mental breakdown. She would send me about 30 messages per day. Before it was 150 to 200 at least. Mostly were something like this: good morning, have a great day. I am so sorry for everything. Please call me if you have any desire. I am so proud of you how you are taking care of everything. I can't express how sorry I am for everything. I wish I never went out that night. I wish I told you immediately. She would sometimes change the words, but the context would be the same. And she would send me some pictures of us and kids from the past, from the vacations, us all being on the couch, in the restaurants, etc. I have to say that until yesterday she would just FaceTime with my daughter, son still refuse, every day, but she didn't come to pick her up. why, but as her friend says she just doesn't seem normal right now. Well, my brother called me in the Saturday. I didn't tell him or anyone in my family what is going on. Whenever they would call to see my kids, me and my wife, I would have some excuse why my wife isn't near me. I knew she didn't tell them until she actually did. So my brother called me, and he told me she confessed everything. He was shocked and couldn't believe. He thought we were joking with him. Yes, people, with all the evidences still no one can believe. I think people would rather believe she became president of the USA than this. That's how shocking and how big betrayal this is. My brother's wife is very close to my wife. After she heard about all of this, she cut every contact with her. My brother did the same. At first I thought she did it because of me, to show me support even though as I said they are really close. But no, she did it also because she is also disgusted by her and doesn't want to see person like her around my brother/her husband. I actually laughed at this, but I appreciated support. So my wife lost one of the last people she could call. My brother told me they will try come to see me soon, so I am glad. Then my parents called me. My wife told them also everything. My father supports every decision I make, and he tells me just to do the best for me and the kids. On the other hand, my mother tells me I should forgive my wife because she is human and did the mistake. She is remorseful, ready to do anything, and one mistake should not be enough to forget on 11 years of love and 3 kids she gave me. I told her immediately that it wasn't one mistake, but 4 mistakes in 1 month duration. Her answer was, "You should ask yourself why did she do that? Was everything okay with you two?" I hung up immediately. I love my mom. After kids, she is by far the most important person in my life, and I would do everything for her. She saved my life when I was younger and having so many problems. If she wasn't my mother, I would be in the grave or on the street, and she is my guardian angel. But I just can't believe she could say something like that. Then my father attacked her. Why is she defending cheaters? My mother apologized immediately. She just thinks about what is best for my kids and told me whatever I decide she also supports. I didn't have enough energy to talk anymore. Wife's parents and her brothers still don't talk with her and actually told me that they will call her friend to tell her that they will send remaining stuff she has in her own country to her and that she is not allowed to enter their house anymore. If we forget on all of this, weekend was actually really good. We went with my friend's family to watch football game. Went shopping. Kids were laughing and smiling at that's what is most important. Now, another chaos with my wife. You remember how I told you she stopped calling me? It didn't last long. I need to add a little bit context here. My first assistant at the work for the last 15 to 16 months is Sarah, 29. She is great worker, professional, very smart and kind person. But she is also really attractive, and since she moved here, and since she works with me also single, I told my wife about her before she started to work with me. My previous assistant was a guy. She was okay with that, nothing special, until she saw how she looks and that she is single. Then she became cautious. Irony, huh? Sarah would sometimes send me messages during the night, 9 p.m., and always about work, but she would wish me good night as my wife would say in a weird way. And my wife would be very angry and insecure about that. Irony, huh? 2.0. Then she would sometimes come at my workplace with the kids without calling me. I didn't have any problem with that since she would do this also before when I didn't work with Sarah, but now she was doing this firstly to see how me and Sarah would react. Anyway, with the time her jealousy decreased because I assured her nothing is going on. But she was concerned about her intentions, and she would say she can see Sarah is eating me with the eyes, and my wife never liked her and was really cold whenever them two would be near each other. This Monday, we had really important event in our company. Me and Sarah were always in the contact since I took days off the work. I told her it's about personal reasons, and she wished me all the best. I didn't want to go on that event, but eventually they told me to come. I asked Sarah, does she want me to pick her up? I know how this sounds, but I have my reasons why I asked her. Event was in the hall in the different part of the city, and I literally needed to drive near her apartment complex to come there. She doesn't drive. I never picked her up before because of my wife. She was working extra since I am at home, and she was doing basically my job for free and never said a thing. At the end, I don't need to explain anything to my wife. I can pick up 10,000 girls now if I want. I picked her up, we talked, came on the event. We were on the same dinner table with 6 more people. I drove her back home. She wished me good night. I did the same and went home. Melody was there. I wished her good night. My kids were sleeping and I went in my bedroom. And then I went to see messages on the WhatsApp. I turned off all notifications from Viber, Line, WhatsApp, Telegram because my phone is melting when my wife starts with her calls and messages. And there I saw a lot of messages from my wife and her friend. I checked messages from her friend and basically she told me my wife is going crazy and having mental breakdown because someone told her that me and Sarah were really close and enjoying time together on that event. I asked her immediately who told her that, and she told me she can't tell me. My wife was saying how I changed her for younger, irony, 3.0, smarter and more attractive model. How my kids were going to have young stepmom who will be with me whole day because we work together and are very likely already together. I just started to laugh and said that I don't have time for this nonsense. If there is one thing that I really don't care now and is not on my mind, then it is having any relationship with any woman now. Even if I did something and I didn't, I don't owe her shit. I was loyal more than 11 years to her, and to be honest, I had much more situations where girls were approaching me thinking I am single than guys looking/approaching her, and she fucked up, not me. I went under the shower and I was just asking myself who told her this. My wife is not close to anyone from my work. She doesn't talk with anyone. The only person that knows about my situation from the work is my female coworker that recommended me Melody. She is really close to me, and she had horrible things to say about my wife after I told her everything, and she didn't say anything to anyone 100%. I just said to myself someone from the work that doesn't like me sent her message probably from the burner account, and that's it. I called Sarah and told her we need to see each other tomorrow. And yesterday we went on the coffee and I told her everything about my wife. She was shocked who could say something like that. I told her everything because of few reasons. I expected my wife to call her and have another lunatic episode. Luckily, she didn't. I wouldn't lose my job at all if this is even true between us, but I don't want that someone is saying complete lies about me. Also, why would anyone talk lies about her? She is sleeping with her boss, and that's why she has a job. And also, I didn't want to hear any rumor that my infidelity is the reason for my divorce, and with that possibly can ruin my chances during divorce process. She told me she will tell me if she hears anything, and today when I returned at the job, everything was perfect. My wife started to call me again every 5 minutes. She constantly cries, begs for new chance. She will do everything, whatever I want. She came yesterday to see kids. My sons were on the football practice, but she took our daughter. When she brought our daughter back, she tried to ask me few questions about Sarah, but I left immediately. I don't need to explain myself to her at all. But the thing I do notice about her is that she lost definitely some weight. Her friend tells me my wife refuses to eat, and bags under her eyes look like she is crackhead. And Friday, my younger son turns 7. But he will celebrate in Saturday with his friends and other kids in our house. My wife will be there, and her being around me for few hours is one huge disaster in the making, but I will try to stay calm because of my kids. And Sunday, I plan to confront her one-on-one about DNA results and offer her deal about her future, so I will update after that probably. I promised myself this won't be long, but it is long. Sorry, guys. Apparently, I am not capable to make long story short. Thank you for your nice messages and comments like always, and take care.